why are you not wearing a suit? This is disrespectful. And I'm like, but
Wow.
this never happened. Yeah, Donald, in all the brouhaha, Donald was still there trying to be, reasonable about what he likes, what he doesn't like, what he agrees with, what he doesn't agree with. Ukraine-Russia war. Yeah, a lot has happened. They met at the White House. Zelensky was at the White House. The solution that was proposed. What are your thoughts?
That was a good watch. I mean, I think Donald said that himself. I'm like, this guy, man. He's like, he said, I think we've given you guys enough headline or something in that line. Man. I'm like, well, that's true, because that was some epic stuff, man. I'm like, wow. I mean, they really treated him. Yeah, they really manhandled the guy, man. But I'm like, yeah. I mean, I think he definitely deserved that. I'm sorry to say. Yeah, I agree with Trump a lot on. It's like I couldn't even agree more. I haven't in this on this particular topic. 100%, I think he handled that well, because he's like, I don't know why. I think we also mentioned it last week before he even said it like 2-3 days ago. It's like, I don't know why Ukrainians are backing this guy. And you remember we said that, right? Like, because I was like, why didn't he have some election? And yeah, they couldn't have election because blah blah blah, the country is unstable and all. But then you mentioned that Ukrainians are actually backing it, and I'm wondering why. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things we don't know because we are not Ukrainians, right?
But maybe just a quick comment on that. I think what's happening with them backing him is they are strictly just going for the emotional beat
of
that is defending our hometown. He's defending our homeland.
How? He's not defending.
It's enough to just say he's fighting. They know that this could have this could have started or ended in very different ways where Ukraine decides not to fight.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's fighting, this makes them feel like, yes, we need to fight for our homeland.
Oh, I see what you mean.
This is the emotional part. Even if we all and that's the emotional part of it, because no one wants that to happen. I don't want that to happen. No one wants that to happen. And yes, you have to deal with the threat, but can you be logical and strategic?
Exactly. It doesn't know where he stands in the whole game. I think maybe now he does. I mean, for me, what happened there, I feel like he needed to be checked and realized, like, yo, you don't have any sort of power here. You've been acting like you thought you did, but you don't. And that was what Donald actually and JD Vance was like, yeah, guy, know your place, man. That was sad, man.
Bro, I saw that stuff. A few things that I noticed, right? JD Vance. So Donald started with trying to be soft, and the conversation was going on, and JD just came in and like, by the way, guy, what do you think you're doing, Seth? Like, you're just killing your people.
That was crazy.
And what's crazy about it was, I remember we had an episode where we talked about Elon being, I regret saying it was definitely more powerful than JD Vance, because this guy has shown that he's not going to get outshined.
Maybe all these things are just him trying to, any media opportunity is going strong.
It's going hard. Like on the international front now this is the thing. Donald's reaction to JD Vance's behavior does not look like he's against it.
He's like, that's my boy. The look he was giving him. Like, that's my boy.
Zelensky, can you hear? Oh yeah, answer.
Yeah, he was he supported him.
But now this is the thing. It's supporting him. Donald himself is now recusing himself from being the one saying the hard stuff.
Yeah.
It's almost as if Donald was like when you watch that video again, it's almost as if Donald was like a mediator.
Yeah.
But the final say
as well. He took a step back. It was just like,
This is a character that I did not expect of Donald. The effort that he takes into delegating and giving the people that he delegates to full trust and authority, that's a lesson for any leader. That level of delegation to say, I back you. We talked about this as well, that we thought Elon maybe was doing stuff on his own. But when I watched that video where Elon was at the White House talking about what they had done with the USAID and maybe mistakes that they might have made.
We have, for example, turned on funding for Ebola prevention and for HIV prevention.
Left that, you said?
Yes, correct. And we are moving fast, so we will make mistakes, but we'll also fix the mistakes very quickly. So,
do you see it as a worthy cause, USAID?
I think that there are some worthy things, but overall, if you say what was the bang for the buck, I would say it was not very good. And there was far too much of what USAID was doing was influencing elections in ways that I think were dubious and do not stand the light of day.
He literally said Mr. President wanted it, so we do what Mr. President's want.
Yeah.
And Donald was there and it's like, yeah, cool. So it still is very clear that somehow Donald has managed to be the number one authority figure.
Yeah.
We were wrong.
Yeah.
At least so far. And is just delegating and making sure that his delegations carry the same authority as he has. That's delegation. You know what I mean? And I did not picture that Donald would be so good at it as an old man.
No, not even as an old man, as the image of Donald that they are trying so hard for us to believe like is this sort of guy.
Yeah, the same guy that will sue you for calling him a billionaire or multi-millionaire,
Yeah.
even though he's a billionaire, you know?
Yeah.
Now, the second thing is that it seems to be having quite a bit of fun with it, and it seems to be quite reasonable. Now, something happened, Ibra. Someone from the entourage of the US asked Zelensky why he's not wearing a suit.
For President Zelensky, do you ever? Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do you own a suit?
Yeah, problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting.
I don't
the
have
authority of
such.
this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe.
Now, this is an unreasonable question. We agree. Because, well, I mean, if you followed it, he mentioned that he wasn't going to wear a suit until the war is over. So they're like, oh, you disrespect our Oval Office and all that stuff. Donald, clearly, I watched that video. Clearly, Donald was like, he told the guy, look, I respect you, I like you, but I don't mind what he's wearing. I think he's dressed beautifully. Right? This was Donald's stance on that, why are you not wearing a suit?
Yeah.
Interestingly, guess what the media is propagating? Oh, Donald just disrespected Zelensky about the suit stuff. There is a Saturday Night Live SNL sketch.
There, I've been to Ukraine on Google Maps. And you know what? You're not even wearing a suit. It's disrespectful. Who shows up to the White House in a t-shirt and jeans like a garbage person? Hi guys. Elon.
That basically took the words and like they did the sketch as if Donald was the one that actually asked Zelensky, why are you not wearing a suit? This is disrespectful. And I'm like, but
Wow.
this never happened. Yeah, Donald, in all the brouhaha, Donald was still there trying to be, reasonable about what he likes, what he doesn't like, what he agrees with, what he doesn't agree with. And they just lump everything together. But I understand why they would potentially want to lump everything together. Donald is the main man in the room. But I think someone also mentioned that it seems like they achieved what they wanted to. They achieved what they wanted to because now Zelensky has to rethink his strategy. He will come back to Europe and rethink his strategy.
I think they met today or yesterday or so in London.
I see.